Hi guys, and welcome to another video of Space Engineers. Right, we're at our Mars colony today, and we are on Mole. Now, everybody knows Mole now. It's our large piston miner. Now, I've done a little bit of an update this morning, quickly. I've added this landing gear on a beam, just so I can lock it in place, so that when we're moving it about, it's a lot better. Purely because these aren't the strongest of things and they tend to wobble about a bit, especially when moving it. So I thought I'd put that in, that way we can move about. So, Mole. Mole is our Mars Orbital Lunar Excavator. It excavates basically big holes like this. Look. Oh, hang on. Our light's on. Huge amount of ore we can take. That's just one run of the machine, of the beast. Right, what have we got? We've got absolutely shed loads of drills on the front, and we've also got a few drills around the side. Basically, the ones on the side help it get back out, and that's purely the reason they're on the side. Is I found initially, as it was coming back out, it would catch, wouldn't move, and then the pistons would break. Now the pistons have had a few updates. They are stronger. They're still not brilliant, I don't think. They could be better. But yeah, they work. And they seem to work on ships. So as I say, we've got a strengthener beam in there that locks it in place. We'll unlock the gear before moving it. We've got a couple of connectors. Now normally I wouldn't have these in, but I didn't want to waste the drill head. Oop. Hang on, major lag then for some reason. I didn't want to waste the piston head that broke off last time, so we used connectors. Normally you would just have conveyors straight in, and that would make it a lot stronger. So if you're going to rebuild this, guys, build it with conveyors and just build the drill head straight onto the pistons. Now we've got a series of 3 pistons. Actually you probably won't be able to do that unless you can work a way of connecting it, because there's 2 pistons. That's why I used them. That's why I used the connectors, so we could use 2 pistons. Right, we've got 3 pistons on each of these beams, and they're set up in 3 stages. So the first stage is the furthest one away from the ship, and then the stage 2 is the next one back, and then stage 3 is the final one. We do that in that order so that we only move one series at a time, and the furthest one, the nearest to the ship, is always the one moving. So, without further ado, let's get this thing up and running, because that's what you're here for. You want to see it work. So we're going to jump into the ship. Let's spin the camera view around. First off, we're going to unlock that foot. We're then going to fire up the drills, he says. What have I got on there? No, we don't want number 8. Fire up the drills. I thought I had that one on a thing. Oh, we have. We've got it on number 5. Right, to start with, sorry about that. We thrust in. So we get it going initially by just using the engines on the ship to get it to bite and to get it into the rock a little bit. Now you will see it bounce about. You'll probably hear a few bangs because there's a few sound glitches since they've updated the sound pack. So we're probably going to get a few bangs here and there. There you go, there's one. Nothing is breaking, I can assure you. Hopefully, maybe. But we do get these sound bangs, which are a little bit annoying, but you know, we're just gotta grin and bear it and hope nothing breaks. But they are nasty. I saw they crept in on the last video, on the last patch, sorry. So they were on my last video. Just ignore them. You might find we're going to get a bit of lag with this because I do have the objects up high. It's about 512, I believe they are. And the reason I have that is people are like, oh, you'll get less lag if you turn them down. Yes, but the ore just disappears, so you're wasting materials. I'd rather have it quite high and have the lag so that I'm not wasting stuff. So you can see the side drills on the right here now starting to bite. And we're pushing in. And we're making a nice big hole. So I usually get it in. That is why I've coloured that centre beam as well. There you go, there's the lag. I usually get it in. I use that red bit, which is why I've coloured it different this morning, as a bit of a gauge. It sort of matches in with the first set of pistons. So I'm going to get the pistons going now. So I've pressed number 1. So that's started the piston pushing. I'm still thrusting a little bit. Yeah, get it settled down now. And you'll see the pistons actually doing the work now. Obviously this thing's got a nice reach on it. And as I say, we do get shed loads of resources. Now, basically, all that's doing is because of the connectors and the pistons have got tubes through them, that will come, the ore will come directly out of the drill and go into the 2 containers at the front, and that's as far as it goes because I have the conveyors turned off behind that. So basically, even if the drill heads broke off, we would have got the majority of the ore back into those 2 containers, so they should be safe, which is good. And believe me, we will get absolutely shed loads, which we will show you at the end. I'll try and not be tempted to show you beforehand. Apologies it's noisy, and as I say, apologies if there's any bangs. Hopefully the bangs tend to go away once we've operated the pistons. And I must admit, I didn't check that the piston sets. I'm just going to check that actually, not that one. Because no, it has brought them back in, because basically what I've got set up is a piston 1, a piston 2 and a piston 3, and we just have to then whack them on reverse. Check. Makes it nice and easy. And we'll do this video, a whole complete one. It will go in, we'll use all 3 stages and we'll bring it back out, and then we'll have a look at what the ore is and then transfer it into one of the container ships at the back, which are basically how we transfer it back to the base. And then we transfer it. Again, I tend to do a lot of things manually because we haven't got filters. If we had filters, I'd have it all automatic. But I prefer to do things manually so that we're not going to go and refine loads of gravel, which is a waste of time because we don't need so much gravel. I tend to keep it all just to fill up containers, and maybe I shall make an off-asteroid gravel storing, stone storing facility somewhere, maybe one day, or just delete it with SE Toolbox. So you will hear me rant about this game from time to time because there are bugs that are real frustrating. Keen are very good at bringing stuff out every week, irrespective of whether it works or not, which is partly is good and partly is bad, but they are very good at jumping on the bugs and trying to fix it. So there's the first piston done. You can hear the sound of the things change because they're not biting, they go a bit quieter. So then we're going to go to piston 2, so we've engaged that. So what I've got on the front, I have got thrusters on the drill head and gyroscopes, and that helps it keep it steady. And as you can see, it is working fairly well. And we are, again, there's a bit of lag. You're just going to have to forgive it for that. Sometimes it can be quite a while before it can recover. We've recovered, that wasn't too bad. Let's just give it a helping hand again. Oh, I love this miner. It's just so good at what it does. Look at it eat that thing. It's just eating that asteroid. Tell you what will be nice is eventually we're going to cut a big enough hole in there just to fly a big ship through. That's not the intention. I'm after the actual silicon. That's what we're after, because we're a bit short on silicon. We're not short on much else. We've got absolutely stacks of everything, which is really good. I don't think I've got any lights on this. No, what we're going to probably have to do is rig up some like a gantry over the top at the back here, and have some more lights. It does need more engines as well because it is extremely slow at moving, so we do need to sort that out. These sort of thruster things on the side here aren't brilliant, so we are probably going to have to change how that operates a bit. We'll do that in a future Twitch stream. Guys, if you don't know and you've only got me subscribed on YouTube, I do most of this in survival, or no, I should say all of this in survival, and most of it, 99.9% of it, is streamed live on Twitch most days of the week. If I'm not streaming this, I'll be streaming something else up until the point when I go back into work. So that's stage 2's coming up for completion. You'll hear the drills go a little bit quieter. Still moving at the moment. There you go. So now we're going to go stage 3. That's only 2/3 of the way we've operated that so far, and it's working fantastically. I haven't shown you how much ore it's taken yet, but you can imagine. You can imagine, and you know, believe me, that is, you know, it's just steady. Do you know what I mean? Once we put some more engines on the back, and I'm going to change the back end. Obviously those little thrusters at the end of that beam aren't what I want. I want a little landing pad up there and a walkway along. Now we've got the proper catwalks, we can do that. So we'll have a landing pad right at the end, and then a beam coming underneath as well. So we are going to change the ship slightly, and we will do that in a future episode on Twitch. But not yet, because we're currently building the station again at the moment. We're modifying it on the Twitch stream. So I'm going to give it a bit more thrust in, try and get it in as deep as possible if we can. Yeah, we want to maximise these resources, and hopefully we're going to get a load of silicon. Hopefully. I mean, we can have a look at the inside view. You can have a... do you know what I mean? We have just... It's still going. You can see it's sort of at the second part, or second phase of the stage 3 piston going in. So, this cockpit is brilliant, by the way, guys. You know, it's absolutely fantastic we've made this. Oh, there's another sound glitch. The piston's wobbling on the left. I don't think it's broken, it's just the way the noise goes. It's pretty much at full length now, I'd say. We can thrust her in a little bit more, get her in a little bit deeper. Maximise these resources. Go much further in. I would say that's about it. So let's start reversing these thrusters out. So we're going to go in reverse order. So number 3 first. We're going to start thrusting her out as well. Now I'm going to leave the drills on for the moment, but we are going to turn them off in a second. It's just so that if she catches the side, it just eases her out a bit more. But there you have it. There you have our hole. Ooh. I hate that when the camera does that. So we'll keep the ship steady for a minute whilst we pull it back out. And we will turn our drills off once we get them sort of out of the rock, so that they don't catch. Ignore the bangs, guys, it's a sound glitch that crept in, as I say. Obviously it comes out easier than it goes in because it's not pushing up against the rock, so the pistons will work easier. But I have to say, There we go. We're going to do number 2 now. Stage 2 is being retracted. Try and pull it out a bit more. We're just doing it slowly, as I say. Once we get it clear, we can turn the drills off. I should perhaps set the drills in. I think we'll do that when we get AD back off his holidays. We'll work out what the side drills are and what the front drills are, and we'll set them up independently so we can turn the front ones off and just have the side ones on for pulling it out, because that will give us less vibration. So we're pretty much out now, so we can turn those off. So there you have it, guys. The pistons are being retracted. So I'll wait for that one to go so I can get stage 1 going. And then we'll have a look at what we got. So here comes stage 1. We'll go into inventory and we're going to hide empty. And you're going to see what we've got. Now we've just pulled off. Da-da-da. Yeah, what we end up with is this, by the way, guys. This stuff will end up going in all the wrong places, so you have to empty it all out because it goes in all the connectors, which is annoying. So once we tidy this up like this, there we go, should be just one container full of it. Right, we've ended up with 1,152,000 iron, so 1 million iron, tiny bit of cobalt, not interested in that, and 407,000, so nearly 500,000 silicon, which is the one we want. So I'm going to hide empty. So we've got container ships here, look. So we want here we go, container ship. We want 1-1 when we find it. 1-1. So there you go, there's the first container. So we're going to throw it all in there like that. And we should be able to lock that in place now and turn those off. Alright, so now we can move that. So I'm going to jump out and we'll have a look at the hole, because we've made it bigger. Now all these bits of ore are clean up in SE Toolbox, guys, because you can't grab everything. But basically, obviously you can see the silicon here that we've gone. So we've gone through the outer layer of stone, through the silicon, and then into the iron. And obviously the iron, most of these asteroids are made up of iron. But it's the silicon we wanted, and we got a nice, you know, from there, all of that up. And obviously there's more down below, so we can grab more. We could do that. We could sit here doing this all day, basically, mining, filling up the ship. I don't know which one's number 1. We ought to colour them really, so that we got on 1 and a 2. Let's have a look. That one's a number 2, so this is a number 1. But I've numbered them internally. Just need to make it a bit more visual. Yeah, so we've got all our ore on board, so we could disconnect that and take it back to the base. So there you have it. There is our piston miner. I hope you've liked it. If you've liked it, hit the like button. Please, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are going to make more stuff and continue this. If you haven't or followed me on Twitch, should I say, not subscribed, because you follow on Twitch, you subscribe on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed on YouTube, subscribe now. If you haven't followed me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch and come and watch me and join in with the conversation as we build this stuff live. But I hope you like this. I'm hoping we'll get a lot of views on this, guys. So share the video out. You know, send it out. Tweet it, Facebook it, Google Plus it, or whatever it's called. Send it out to your friends. Let them look. Let them comment. Comment below. I will interact with your comments. But it's been a good video. That went really well. I hope you've liked it, and we will see you again soon. So for now, until the next time, goodbye for now.